Kristen, this is going to be our best recipe yet. I have a hint for you.
Okay.
What is the first thing that comes to mind when you think of 2-year-old Carrie?
Oh my gosh, the cutest little baby girl ever in your little footy pajamas.
I was really cute.
You were.
Okay, but more realistically,
Yeah.
what do you think of with stubborn Carrie who
Ooh.
refused to be potty trained?
Oh, absolutely 100% circus peanuts.
Yup, and we're putting them in a recipe.
Hot diggity. Welcome to Mom's Wooden Spoon, where the recipes are retro and so are your hosts.
You can say that again. I am so ridiculously excited for this recipe.
I knew you would be.
Okay, so as the story goes,
Yes.
Kristen,
Mhm.
the perfect child,
Oh, yeah, that's me.
saw mom cleaning out a diaper.
Yeah.
Said, "Ooh, that's gross."
Yeah.
Mom said, "I wouldn't have to do this if you went pee-pee in the potty."
Yeah.
Miss Perfection said, "Okay, mommy," and
Mhm.
did.
That's right. Potty trained instantly.
Yes. And my mom thought, I got this potty training nailed.
That's right.
And along came Carrie. So I'm a little more hard-headed than Kristen.
Stubborn, willful,
A
prideful.
little less likely to please.
Yeah.
And it came to potty training, and I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I'm good with the pee in the diaper.
Yep, I'm good.
Yep.
And so after multiple failed attempts, my mom was like, all right, I'm buckling down.
That's right.
She read some horrible book of how to potty train your child in 24 hours.
That's right.
Because apparently that's all she was willing to put into it at that point.
I am done with you, Carrie.
Over 24 hours, we did all things potty related.
Yep.
And every time I went to the potty, I got my favorite candy of all times.
Right. And you might wonder what that is. Chocolate?
No.
No. Butterscotch?
No.
No.
They
What was
didn't
it?
have Skittles and Mike and Ike's back then.
That's right. I was struggling to think. Something
that.
fruity. Yeah.
I would have liked that. A good Twizzler, but
Yeah.
no. My favorite.
Yeah.
The Circus Peanut.
Woo, woo.
Oh, I loved me the Circus Peanut.
Party in your mouth.
Heck yeah. So this recipe is an ode to the Circus Peanut.
It is the best.
And let me say this quickly.
Oh, I hope it's quick.
Before we get going.
Yeah.
I have planned a multitude and variety of Circus Peanut facts to regale you with today, my friends.
And don't worry, folks, I have other facts, and I'm the editor. So really, you don't have to worry. But if you're wondering when you hear this episode, why Carrie's not on it at all,
she's so excited, and then we don't hear her at all.
It's because I've edited her out. Everything about Circus Peanuts.
That is harsh. Because there's some fascinating things about Circus Peanuts.
It'll be fun. And what I loved about this recipe, one of the reasons we chose it, first of all, it's from our Yellow Church cookbook from 1978.
Yes.
Right? Really fun. And we know the person who put this in there. It's Mrs. Jan Furness.
Yes.
We love the Furness family.
Yes, very much. Yes. And we're excited to try this recipe.
We are. And when we were reading the recipe, what struck us was the ingredient list. It says 30 circus peanuts shelled. I was like, that's
awesome.
Hilarious.
That is great.
Yeah, that's really cute. And we're like, oh, that's funny. We need to make this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful.
Yes.
And so I had looked up a recipe. So good news is this one's smaller than a lot of the ones online, which since we're feeling questionable in the flavor of this, is good to make less rather than more.
That's right. You know, and speaking of flavor, people think that circus peanuts are orange flavored because they're orange colored.
They are not, my friend.
No, they are not. What are they? Do you look up everything circus peanut? I think I do.
Yeah, I know.
Your least favorite artificial flavor, I'm sure.
Banana. They are banana flavored.
Yeah.
So get into my first circus peanut fact.
Okay, and once you tell us, can we try one? I haven't had one in decades.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, great.
So first circus peanut fact, they have absolutely no idea why circus peanuts are peanut shaped and banana flavored. There's no history.
Really?
So they think, one theory is that they originated with the traveling circuses.
Of course.
Where
yes,
vendors would sell salted peanuts and candy.
Oh.
So they kind of did a combo one.
That makes sense. But the banana
Well,
flavor.
so there's all kinds of random reasons that they think. So one of them thinks that it's rumored to have arisen from a shortage of other flavors during World War II.
Oh, interesting.
So yummy flavors were out. The only thing left was banana.
All that's left is banana.
So let's throw that crap in there. So they are banana flavored. Nobody knows why.
Yeah.
Lots of rumors abound. You can currently find them, however, with different flavors.
No, really?
Yes. They make them vanilla and cherry.
I want to taste one of these.
And then one more thing is they think that the banana was a freak accident.
What?
That it just kind of fell into the
They're making circus peanuts. They're like, we don't quite know what we're doing.
Crap, I spilled this. What is it? Yeah.
Willy-nilly. Oh my gosh, they were candy makers like Carrie lives her life. Just willy-nilly.
All over the place. Clearly second child circus peanut makers. Okay, so here's a stale one for you.
Oh my gosh, they look like I remember.
They're hard as a rock.
Yeah, they are.
So one of the other things that they had said is they think they were made because it was back in the penny candy days.
Yes.
Because they taste the same whether they're fresh or whether they're stale as all get out.
Right.
They taste the same. And since you didn't wrap your candies, they just went into the bin for penny candies.
That's right. Oh,
they thought that that's part of the reason
worked out well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while Carrie takes her first taste,
this sucker's fresh out of the bag.
It is.
Stale.
Oh, they are tough. I'm going to dump these out because we need 30 circus peanuts to make this Jell-O salad. You're tasting it.
So bad.
Are they? Let me take a bite.
That banana.
Do you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
That was me biting it.
That banana flavor is so strong.
It is strong. I like it.
I do not.
But it's chewy, man.
It is. And shockingly, circus peanuts are hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
We had a shopping list. My husband went out and picked everything up. He went to the Walmarts. No circus peanuts.
Nope.
He ran across the street to Kroger. No circus peanuts. He looked online, Dollar General. They sell circus peanuts. He went to 3 Dollar Generals. They did sell them. They were all out. Who was buying all the circus peanuts?
Who the heck is buying them out?
I don't know. Again, lots of circus peanuts facts. I read somewhere that grocers were saying that that's the way circus peanuts sell. They get in a shipment. They sit in the store. They sit in the store. They sit in the store. They all get bought.
That's weird.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know what happens. Is there just one dude that comes in and buys circus peanuts?
Some guy or girl who's born in the 60s and 70s is like, my favorite candy.
Yeah. I don't know, but they said multiple grocers concurred.
That's wild.
Yeah. And we can attest to the Dollar General experience.
That's crazy. So this recipe, Carrie, did you want to tell us kind of what's in it?
Did these suckers expire in like 2020?
I know, right? They're tough. Carrie just put more in her mouth. So I'm going to tell you what's in
They're gross, but I can't stop.
So the recipe's called Candy Circus Peanut Salad. So that you're not confused that it's just regular circus peanuts in the salad.
Well, I mean, because that's confusing.
I know, right? And so it has orange Jell-O, so it goes beautifully with the circus peanut color.
Stick with the color palette.
Yep. And then, of course, the boiling water and the cold water to make the Jell-O. And then we have to take 30 circus peanuts and chop them up into little bits. And the weird thing is we are going to then put that with the hot water and the Jell-O in the blender and blend it till the circus peanuts are dissolved.
So that's interesting because when I looked up the recipes online, the blending was not a thing.
Wow.
You just chopped up little bits, you put them in the hot water and let them melt. Which they do not in their entirety.
Yeah.
And you can tell by eating those.
You would never get these completely dissolved if you weren't blending these up, I don't think. And maybe they won't be completely dissolved, but it might be nice to get a little bite of a circus peanut.
Yeah, so if you look at the online pictures, you can see little chunks of circus peanut because they just don't completely melt. So this will be interesting because we're definitely going to have smaller chunks if we're blending than if you're just trying to melt the pieces.
That's wild. I was telling people about what we were going to make, and they said, salad? And I said, well, yeah, that's what they called Jell-O things back then. They would call it a Jell-O salad, even though it had no vegetables in it. I was wondering what the heck is that all about? Well, apparently they started calling it Jello salads because when you would put the little pieces of fruit or marshmallows in there, it looked mixed up like a mixed green salad with little bits and pieces in there.
I thought it was because you served it on a bed of lettuce.
Well, that too. Yeah.
So are we going to start chopping some circus peanuts?
I think we need to. So we're going to crinkle for a bit. Why don't you grab your bag and see how many are in there? We need 30. That's hard. Let's just lift them and drop them. Ready? Here's what they sound like. So fluffy and light.
I broke off a chunk of mine.
Oh, well, that's good. 1, 2, 3. Let me see. I have 13. I did get 3 bags just in case we needed a few more.
I have 14.
Okay, so doing math, we need 3 more. I think cutting them is going to be hard.
It's going to be very hard.
So then, as I was thinking about salads, Jello salads, I was wondering, how did those crazy Jello salads with the olives and the little
hot dogs?
Yeah. How did those weirdo ones come into fashion? And, a little bit of it is kind of what we talked about in other podcast episodes is that companies came out with cookbooks and they were trying to use their product in all kinds of weird ways, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yep.
But another thing is, I thought this was really interesting. Jello was a mass-produced convenience food.
Okay.
So in the 50s, housewives believed that women who resorted to instant products were lazy, disorganized, and bad wives.
Oh, that does not surprise me at all.
Uh-uh.
I mean, if your whole life has been working hard to make all these things for your family,
That's
and
right.
now all of a sudden it's an easier way to do, well, that kind of discredits all the work that you've been doing.
Absolutely.
So of course people are going to respond with, no, I'm far superior because I made my Jello by hand.
Exactly.
I boiled the cow's hooves.
Yeah. Right. So to get out of that dilemma, women actually started adding labor back into the product, right?
Yeah.
And so instead of cooking from scratch, they would use these instant products, these convenience foods, but then they would doctor them up to make them much harder.
We're so stupid.
I know, right?
People are so dumb.
You need to
sometimes.
be like the women needed to be like the Rice Krispie treats commercials from the 80s where the mom's making the Rice Krispies in the kitchen. She doesn't let anybody in, but they're so easy to make. So she gets flour and she flies it into her face and it's all down her shirt.
I forgot about
that. Do you remember that?
Yes.
She's like, oh, I've been slaving all day to make these Rice Krispie treats for you. That's what they should have done.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just lied.
Yeah, liars.
Wouldn't have worked at all.
No.
Okay, so as I am cutting, this incredibly stale circus peanuts, I found some quotes on my favorite Reddit about people and their joys of circus peanuts.
Oh, cool. I want to hear. But you know what? I have a question. I have a quick question. Okay. Are they really stale? Isn't this how they're supposed to be?
I don't know. Would they get harder than this? Well, I have a quote that might just answer this.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. So someone wrote in about a family member and said, he left circus peanuts out to get really stale and then gnawed on them like a rat.
Oh, gosh. I can see you having to do that.
Yes.
There's no way you can bite into it.
Apparently, they're very difficult to make.
What?
Yes.
This would seem like a super cheap and easy thing that you would just make because they're so cheap to buy. It was $1 a pack.
No. So Spangler Candy.
Oh, I love Spangler
in Bryan, Ohio,
Candy.
Home of the Dum Dum.
Yeah.
Makes circus peanuts. It is one of like 5 people in the country
that makes
circus peanuts. Yep. They have a guy who is responsible for making the circus peanuts.
A guy?
The guy does not like circus peanuts. I mean,
he doesn't like them.
No.
What's the guy's name?
I did not say.
I think it's probably Daryl.
Well, his last name is Kerr. Kerr.
Probably Daryl.
Daryl Kerr.
Yeah, Daryl. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call him
Daryl.
Dairy.
Okay.
Yeah, I like a good nickname.
Yeah, that's good. Like the Outsiders.
Yes.
Okay.
So Spangler Candy has been producing circus peanuts since the 1930s. And obviously Mr. Kerr has not been making them since the 1930s.
Oh, really?
Well, maybe not obvious. It is to me. So anyway, apparently there's very little room for error. You have to get them to the exact specific temperatures. And you have to get just the right amount of moisture into the, yes.
I guess that makes sense.
So when you get all the ingredients in the right order, at the right temperature, if you have too much moisture, you get a thin, crusty layer on the outside of your circus peanut.
Crusty.
Ew.
Yeah.
If you do not get enough moisture, they're too dry and they cave inward.
Oh, well, you wouldn't want a caved in circus peanut.
No, you certainly wouldn't.
Wow. So just Daryl's in charge of the whole
Just
thing.
Daryl and his other brother, Daryl.
Right.
Yes.
Well, at least there's two of them.
Yes.
Yes. I'll tell you what, my hands are hurting.
I have only made it through one.
I'm like maybe through two here.
Oh, yours are way bigger.
Yeah, I'm not making them any smaller. My hands are killing me already. This is crazy.
These suckers have got to melt though.
Well, hopefully they melt because this is normally I'm the fine dicer. You know, I really like them fine. I ain't doing no more of this. No way.
All right, so I've got some more Reddit quotes about circus peanuts.
Okay, do tell.
I will. These are some of my faves.
Okay.
Let's see. Those circus peanuts were among my dad's favorite candies.
Oh, wow.
Yes, my father had questionable culinary taste.
Yeah, no kidding.
He also put wishbone French dressing on cottage cheese and pineapple.
And pineapple. Ew.
French dressing on cottage cheese sounds disgusting.
Wishbone French dressing?
Wishbone French dressing.
I don't know why I was thinking Italian.
Well, because that sounds less disgusting, but no, it doesn't. It sounds disgusting Italian too. So somebody else said that they love them, but only when they're fresh. So, because when they get stale, they're impossible to eat.
Okay.
But the trick is, and maybe we should try this.
Yeah.
Microwave them for a short burst of 9 to 20 seconds, depending on how hard they are.
Okay, we're totally doing that. Let me grab one.
Okay.
Okay, how many seconds?
9 to 20, depending on how hard they are. So, I don't know. Is this a 10-second?
I'm going to start with 10 seconds.
Okay. I'll keep cutting them while you ding.
All right, I'll come back over and cut
for
a little
all
bit.
9 seconds.
Yeah, for all 9 seconds. Let's see how far I can get. And still not through. Still not through.
These are hard.
Okay, here we go. Not smushy enough.
Okay.
Let's try
5 seconds.
I'll put it on 10 and then I'll grab it on 5. That way I can just hit start. Okay, there's 5 seconds. Oh, they're so soft. Here, look.
Oh,
it's ooey gooey. Try it.
What? Oh my gosh.
Even more banana flavor. Yum.
They're easy. So much more delightful.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, they taste so much better. All right, so if you are going to try circus peanuts, much like stale Krispy Kremes, you just got to microwave that sucker for a little bit.
Yeah. Let's see if it cuts easier. Oh, look at that. Cut. Snippety snap.
Shut your face.
Oh, we're going to microwave these bad boys. It gets hard super fast, so I don't think if we microwaved a whole bunch of them at the same time, it goes right back to being hard.
Interesting. All right, well, so now we know. If you get some stale circus peanuts, microwave that sucker, and you too can go into a diabetic coma.
I really feel like I'm shaking now. I've had 2 whole circus peanuts. Yep.
I kind of got the sugar sweats. Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's something.
Jell-O salads reminded me of potluck dinners at church, right?
Heck yes.
Yes, of course.
I don't think we ever had a Jell-O salad at home. I think we
No way.
I mean, yes, it was for lazy housewives, but
right.
Far more adventurous housewives than our mom.
Heck yeah. Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom. But I mean, that instant Jell-O stuff, that still took a lot of work.
Way too long.
Yeah.
I mean, sheesh. I was looking through the church cookbook trying to find stuff that probably we would have had at one of the potluck meals. There was a Jell-O salad I'm pretty sure we had. It said potluck favorite.
Oh.
Yep. And it was called a Christmas salad.
Ooh.
And it had little squares of cherry, lemon, and lime Jell-O that had fruit cocktail in these little cubes.
Oh, boy.
And then they were folded into a cream that was made of cream cheese and Defiance dairy milk.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Oh, you know, that was actually really popular. They called it like the chandelier because then you'd have this white
chandelier, no, something.
No, stained glass.
Yeah, stained glass.
Yep.
Same diff, chandelier,
Yeah,
stained
whatever.
glass. Yeah, you had the pretty little colored Jello
Fancy
bits.
glassy things, Kristen.
Fancy glassy Jello.
Fancy glassy
Yeah,
things.
yeah, in the cream. That
Yes,
sounded
because
really
you'd have
good.
the white Jello with these blocks of color.
Or
Now,
the white cream with the blocks of color.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the addition of the fruit cocktail,
In the Jello.
that's a
Yeah.
special twist on
Yeah, I think it
nasty.
is a special twist.
There's nothing worse, in my opinion,
Yeah.
than fruit cocktail grapes.
Oh, they're so mushy, man.
I mean, I can do the pears.
Yeah,
I can do the
peaches.
peaches,
Oh, the little
occasional
cherry.
maraschino
Oh,
cherry.
yeah,
Such
yeah.
a joy. But the grapes? Oh no, 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 no.
Okay, here's some others. So non-Jello recipes of foods we may have had. There were a gazillion and one casseroles that had a combination of ground beef noodles and a cream of something soup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or chicken noodles and a cream of something
Yes.
soup. Yeah,
And if you
tons of
wanted to
those.
really make it fancy,
Yeah.
you could have rice instead of
Oh,
noodles.
that's
What?
right. I would never take those. I would always
No,
only
the
take the ones that
noodles.
had the noodles.
And sometimes you'd find some with stovetop stuffing.
Oh,
Sweet.
delicious. Yeah. And then the last one I found that I totally remember, we even had a jar in our pantry of this.
Gallstones?
That was in the fridge, Carrie.
That's true.
These would have been served at a potluck, I'm sure. And I never would have taken one in a million years. They were pickled watermelon rinds.
Yeah, nope.
Pickled watermelon rinds, and they were like a sweet pickle that had cloves floating in the jar with it.
Oh, was that in the cookbook?
It was. Yeah, I don't want to make that, Carrie.
Next year,
Nope.
Kristen.
Nope.
Next year. Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was fun. And there was one more thing in
Okay.
the church cookbook that I wanted to tell you about and see if you remembered this.
Okay.
It was at the end in miscellaneous. It was a recipe for a chemical garden.
Oh, and then they would make like little you put strings in it and then
No, you didn't even have to
Oh.
put strings. They just built themselves up. These chemicals built on each other. They sold them in the stores, and they were called, I think, magic rocks.
Yes.
And they were different colors, and
Yes.
they'd grow these real tall towers. But apparently, they were really delicate. And there was some funny person on Reddit, because I love Reddit. And here's what she said. This brings back the most traumatic experience in my entire life.
Oh my gosh.
So traumatic. I was in the 3rd grade and was bringing my jar to school to show the class. I tripped and the little mountains got all jarred loose and were floating in the water.
No.
But the nun still made me walk up and down the aisle showing my classmates. I lost track of how many times I said, they're not supposed to be floating around like that. They're not supposed to be floating around like that.
The nun added to her humiliation.
The trauma. I think the trauma is that in the 70s, we let children play with caustic chemicals.
That you can still get those kits.
Yeah, but apparently you don't need to. If anybody wants to make those, we have the recipe. It used charcoal briquettes and laundry bluing.
Don't eat it.
No, right, and ammonia, because everybody buys laundry bluing nowadays.
OMG.
Yeah.
You'd have to have a gas mask on to safely
I know,
put
right?
all those things
You're
together.
not supposed to mix stuff with ammonia. Like I said, toxic chemicals for children.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, that poor girl. Trauma. Now, the trauma wasn't the fact that she was gassed out and passed out while she was making the magic rocks.
That's just part of what happened.
That's right. The trauma was that they broke off. They're not supposed to be floating like this. They're not supposed to be floating like this.
These are lame. They
These
were
are
really
lame.
cool before
They
I
were
tripped
super
and
cute
fell.
before I
Pay no
tripped.
attention to the scratches on my face.
We are still cutting Circus Peanuts. How far are we into the episode? 30 minutes?
My hand is so sore.
Note to self, don't make stuff with Circus Peanuts.
Oh, Lord, you gotta really be dedicated to this recipe.
No kidding.
Here's a little tidbit for you.
Oh, I like tidbits.
It's a Circus Peanut tidbit. Did you know that Circus Peanuts were the inspiration for Lucky Charms?
Really?
The inventor, I have no idea what his name is. He's the other Daryl.
The other Daryl.
He was having a bowl of, I think it was Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I have so many exciting things about Circus Peanuts that I can't find all of my Cheerios. I found my note.
Oh, he was having
Cheerios, and he had some Circus Peanuts, and he decided to, much like us, chunk up his circus peanuts,
Oh,
bless his heart,
wow.
and drop them into the Cheerios. And he
Wow.
thought, oh, well, this is a taste treat delight. And you can totally see it because these kind of have the same consistency
A
of
little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so he thought it was delightful.
Oh, yeah, because that's what I would do eating cereal when I was a kid and want to put candy in
I
it.
don't think he was a kid. I think
That's
he was
what
a
I would
grown
want to do as a
man.
grown-ass adult is
Yeah.
put candy in my cereal.
Next time you're a grown man, you'll want to do that.
That's right. Next time.
Yeah. And so anyway, and then I learned the
Yeah.
marshmallow bits, if you want to be in the know.
I do. I always do.
Do you know what the official people call the marshmallow bits in
Yeah.
Lucky Charms?
Tids and bits.
Why would they call them that?
I don't know.
There's no tits.
I didn't say it.
I didn't either. I said tits, but I heard it. I heard it.
Oh, Carrie, it's gone inappropriate. Tits and bits. Would you give me some of that cereal with the tits in it?
Okay, bringing it back. If you ever have the chance to work at the Lucky Charms factory,
Oh, I would like that chance.
You're going to want to make sure that you refer to the bits as marbits, marshmallow bits.
See, I was close. Tits and bits.
You were not even.
Yes, I was. I had the bits part.
You were creepy and inappropriate. Again, Kristen with her creepy and inappropriate.
Oh,
okay, I'm
so
down
creepy.
to 4. How are you doing?
I'm done.
Oh, I mean, but yours are like 6 times the size as mine.
That's true. Let me just take a few of yours here.
Okay.
Mine will be the ones that don't dissolve, but that'll be
Yes.
okay. I think having a few of these in here that sit in liquid and get soft might be okay.
I mean, she really cuts like two chunks out of her marshmallow.
Carrie's trying to pretend like she's better than me, but we all know. We all know.
Now we know why Kristen's cutting goes so fast. She's like a 1950s housewife using prepackaged products.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah.
I am not lazy, disorganized, and a bad wife. Okay, I might be, but not because of the marshmallows.
You are not disorganized.
That is true. That is true. That is true. Jerk. That was funny.
Oh,
yeah. True. Okay, moving on.
Okay, so some other statements that people have made about the Circus Peanut.
Oh, I need to know more.
Prepare to be horrified.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure who she is.
Okay.
But let's just say it's her sister named Kristen. Kristen prefers Circus Peanuts factory fresh and once served slices at a cocktail party where guests were adding them to crackers and prosciutto. We're a podcast. You have to make noise.
I'm so aghast. She sliced them up.
Yeah.
And people added them to prosciutto.
Crackers and prosciutto. Yeah. So here's the question. Did she slice them longwise? Did she get like a mandolin?
It would break the mandolin blade.
Can you imagine?
No.
I mean, that's what you'd want to do. Paper thin.
Paper thin. Ooh, tasty.
Crackers
You would still be, the cracker would be gone and swallowed. The prosciutto would be gone and swallowed, and you'd still have a bit of the circus peanut in your mouth.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. And then this one is my favorite, really not for what it says.
Yeah.
But kudos to the fabulous writing style of this Redditor.
Oh, do tell. Oh, I say that all the time. Do
tell. Okay. Do I remember Circus Peanuts?
Yeah.
How could I or anyone ever forget them?
Oh.
Much like the mashed potatoes at Kentucky Fried Chicken or some former girlfriends, there was an unexplainable attraction to them, followed by a mystified sense of self-doubt bordering on self-loathing.
Oh, no.
Why did I eat them? And I know I'm going to do it again.
That's funny. I know it.
That was awesome.
Oh my gosh. You know what? While you finish cutting your last peanut in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and microwave the water till it's boiling. Okay?
I'm pretty sure I have blisters.
Me too.
From this. Y'all, I did not expect for this to be such hard work. I did not sign up for this. It's early in the morning. I still haven't had enough coffee.
No way.
And I have blistered my hands.
I'm going to go back and then cut my big bits into smaller tits and bits.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, while we wait on the boiling water, because what else do we have to do?
Well, I thought that you were just so proud of your big bits.
I have always been proud of my big bits, Carrie. But today, I want to be more like you.
I have super tiny bits. Some would say almost invisible bits.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, ay, ay, ay.
This is bad. First the tits, and now this.
It's the sugar, I'm telling
It's
you.
the sugar.
Holy cow, we had 2 of these.
Oh, my
This
gosh.
is insane.
Well, let's go ahead and read the recipe so we know what the heck we're doing and we can
Oh,
tell everybody
gosh.
what we're doing.
I'm just stretching my hand out
I know, right?
repeatedly.
Okay.
I'll read it, you cut.
Okay, you read it.
So we're going to blend the Jell-O and boiling water in a blender.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to add the peanuts cut up. That's just odd.
What?
Yeah. So first the boiling water and the Jell-O get blended because, I mean, that clearly is an activity that needs blending.
But I don't think it says blend. Oh, yes, it does. You just read it. It says blend Jell-O and boiling water.
I said, you cut, I'll read.
Shut up, shutting up. Okay.
And then we're going to blend until the peanuts are dissolved except for Kristen's.
Yeah.
Then we're going to pour it into a large bowl and we're going to add, here's a good one.
Yes.
We're going to add drained pineapple to the mixture.
Okay.
And then we're going to add the pineapple juice that we drained.
That doesn't make any daggone sense. Why do you have to separate it?
Is it important to the pineapple going into this mixture to have as much of the moisture pushed out of it as possible? Maybe so that it soaks up some of the Jell-O instead of just holding pineapple juice? I don't know. I'm trying to be scientific about this.
I don't know, but you brought crushed pineapple.
I did.
Not pineapple tits and bits or the pineapple nugs. I don't know what they're called, the bigger pieces, right?
Yes.
And so with crushed, you really can't get the juice out. So I think we're just going to dump it all in at the same time.
Exactly what one would expect from a 1950s housewife using prepackaged materials.
Yep.
That's fine.
Lazy lady.
Okay, and then we're going to add 2 cups of cold water. We're going to let it partially set. Now, Kristen and I have some experience with letting Jell-O partially set.
We have troubles.
And it was a failure.
Yeah, we put it in the freezer, though.
You know, sometimes you just want to finish the recording.
I know, right? We're like, we are done. Our hands are killing us.
We're tired. Yeah. Yes. So anyway, we're going to try and partially set it this time and not kind of fully set it.
We do not want to be lazy, disorganized, bad wives.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're going to actually try and partially set. We'll see if that works.
Yeah.
And then lastly, we're going to prepare some Dream Whip.
Ooh.
And we're going to fold that in.
Yeah, we did not get Cool Whip. We bought the packages of the Dream Whip.
Yeah. So if you are not familiar with the Dream Whip, and why would you be?
Right.
This was a 70s staple. And so you take this little package of powder.
Yeah.
And then you add a little milk and vanilla. And then you blend it until soft peaks form.
Right. Okay. So wait. You buy the Dream Whip.
Yeah.
You add your own milk, and they make you add vanilla.
Yeah. So
they couldn't even put vanilla
in.
Good Lord. Okay. Well, we don't have to make that yet. The water's boiling. Let's go ahead and start. Ooh. Hello.
The water is prepared.
It is. So let's get this
started. Yes. Get the blender.
Okay.
Get the Jell-O in the boiling water to blend.
Okay.
You better move fast because I think these peanuts are going to need the water at its hottest.
I think it is. So we're going to be back in a minute because this is going to be very, very loud.
People want to hear this?
I think they do not.
Let the people listen, Kristen.
Bye.
We have a little issue.
Well, I will tell you all, I had the blender on high. It's like a fancy schmancy Vitamix. I don't use it very often. If we had used a 1970s blender, we would not have had this problem, but
no.
I had it on high and turned it on and it blew the lid off the blender and hot boiling lava Jell-O went everywhere.
Poor Kristen, her little arm is burnt. She's got orange Jell-O on her shirt. She smells delightful.
Oh my gosh, yummy, yum, yum.
I have been cleaning up their dirty, dirty kitchen floor. And now for every step that we make for the rest of this episode, you will probably hear the crunch.
We're sticking.
As our shoes.
Because the water was so hot, there is nary a Circus Peanut in sight.
No, I did not have to chop them that small after all.
Nope. Let me look at that. Let's pour it in the bowl. There's a foam on the top. That's kind of cool.
And it is a horrific orange color.
It is day glow orange. Wow. So note to self, if you're using a Vitamix, don't put it on high. It literally shot the lid off.
OMG. Oh, that smells like banana.
Oh boy.
Wow. If you're allergic to red dye number 5,
I know, right?
you are not going to want to eat
It
this.
is so bright orange.
Wow.
Okay,
That's a lot of orange.
what
Okay.
do we have to do
So
next?
the next we're going to, let's see, add drained pineapple to mixture.
Okay.
And then add 2 cups of cold water.
Okay.
So we did do less than the called for amount of water because we did lose, obviously, some of our
just a little bit. It's all soaked into my shirt.
and her skin.
My skin.
And the floor and cabinetry.
That's right.
Are we just keeping this in a bowl? What are we putting it in?
It says let partially set and then fold in the Dream Whip. So yeah, we need to put this in the fridge.
Should we put it in something that's not so deep? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, this might take forever. Maybe I can get a 9 by 13 inch pan.
Should we put it in the freezer?
You're hilarious. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we will go put this in a 9 by 13 inch pan, put it in the fridge, and I'm going to go get some wound care for my burns.
Well, aloe vera.
Aloe vera, and we will be back once this is partially set and make some Dream Whip.
You know, maybe we can look in the church cookbook and see if they have a burn salve.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's look that up.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see you guys in a bit.
We have semi-set Jell-O.
Hot diggity dog. It worked. We didn't put it in the freezer. We didn't mess with it.
While we were waiting for it to chill, we also went ahead and made the Dream Whip, which it was not dreamy, I'll be honest.
Oh, man, it took forever.
It did. We really complained a lot about it while making the Dream Whip.
It really was almost as much work as just buying whipping cream and making your own.
Yeah, the only thing I could come up with was you could make it on the fly. You didn't have to have whipping cream. You could just grab your milk.
Yeah.
So if you were lazy and disorganized, you didn't have to pre-plan and make sure that you had the whipping cream on hand.
Exactly. Okay, so it is about the consistency of jelly, like grape jelly.
It is. The picture is horrifying.
Because the top, like a foam came to the top. It's probably nothing but circus peanuts.
Probably.
So I've mixed it up in the 9 by 13 inch pan just so that the Jell-O is kind of loose. And now we're going to add in the...
Yeah. So when I looked online, this does not look like what I saw.
Really? What did it look like?
They didn't mix it. It looked like the orange with the foam on the top, and it looked like it had the Cool Whip in. So I think that they mixed the Cool Whip in and then, or the Dream Whip.
Yeah.
And then refrigerated it.
I mean, we could do that. Should we refrigerate it to set more?
I feel like we should because this is weird.
It doesn't say that we should. It just says fold in prepared Dream Whip, pour in pan, which is already in the pan, and sprinkle with graham cracker crumbs. It doesn't even say how much graham cracker crumbs. Oops.
Oh, and then Kristen's just flopping the Dream Whip all over the
I have to lick my finger.
Oh, what a shame. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if it'll solidify again.
I really don't know.
I kind of am tempted to just put it back in the fridge and see. Anyway, so what I saw online, it was a square of Jell-O. It was not a
Wow. And this is pretty soupy, but it was set, I think, perfectly. Any longer, and it would have been set too much, I think.
Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to put it out and let it finish setting, if it will.
See if we could get like squares of it rather than just a big scoop of soupy mess.
Yeah.
Okay, we could try that. We'll put the graham cracker crumbs on and then put it back in the fridge and then come back and check it in, what do you think, a half an hour?
Yeah. However long we feel like.
I don't know.
We can always put it in the freezer. That's worked so well for us in the past.
Oh, it always works well. Mm-hmm. You know, whipped cream. Well, I was going to say whipped cream in the freezer. Cool Whip is frozen.
That's all you do, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking because this is very unappealing.
It is very soupy looking.
It is. I took a picture of it before we added the Dream Whip, and it's kind of horrifying. It looks a little better, but the texture, I don't want to eat that.
It looks like what comes out of a person's body when they do liposuction.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, she says, oh dear.
And this has chunks in it, like the picture does, because not all chunky. Some of it's Jell-O, some of
the Jell-O is more gelled than others.
Yeah, I'm really feeling like we need to put it back in that. Maybe she just forgot that part.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We'll have to call her and ask her because I'm sure she'll remember this recipe from 1978.
It looks like cheese.
It does. It looks like a casserole topped with melted cheddar cheese.
It does. Not melted enough.
Yes, exactly.
Undermelted.
Did you want to taste it before we?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to take that back out to the fridge. I think we're just going to try again.
Yes.
I think that's our best. But, do we want to top it with graham crackers?
Oh, we probably ought to do that. Okay. That'll make it look prettier.
Use this big giant spoon that's not for this.
Yeah. Okay. Just sprinkle. I mean, you might as well. It is can you guys hear the thunder? It's raining where we are. It's the perfect thing to be doing on a rainy day.
It really is.
Making circus peanut salad.
It's really just like a little fruit cocktail Jello salad.
Fluffy Jello salad.
Because we've got orange, banana, and pineapple.
That's true.
It's just every little fruit flavor you can think of.
It's so tropical.
It is. That's what they should call it.
Tropical delight.
Tropical delight. I used the term, curd. I was talking about lemon curd the other day. And my friend is like, that just sounds disgusting.
It does. You want to put more in that corner? Because I think that's going to be the best part of the whole thing.
Sure.
Graham cracker crumb.
And so I was like, okay, well, I could call it like a lemon compote. And she's like, that sounds a lot like compost. And that's also disgusting. I'm like, how about lemon delight?
Ooh.
And she was good with that. So from now on, AKA lemon curd, known as
lemon delight.
Lemon delight. And so this is tropical delight.
Ooh,
you don't even have to tell anybody that there's circus peanuts in there.
Never. No. They'll just be like, oh, is that banana? You'll be like, yep.
Yes.
100% all real banana flavor.
All natural banana.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we're going to stick this in the fridge and we'll see you guys in a half an hour.
Or 4, depending on how long it takes.
That's right.
So once again, we got impatient. We put it back out in the fridge.
Yep.
We waited a while.
Yeah, maybe a half an hour, maybe 15 minutes.
Nobody cares anymore. We're just going to eat it.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Before we eat it, however.
Yes.
I had one last Circus Peanut thing to share.
Well, let's end this sucker with a bang. What is it, Carrie?
There is, for your purchasing pleasure.
Yeah.
Circus Peanut cocktail syrup.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes. So you can make your own Circus Peanut drinks.
My goodness.
Mm-hmm. This is what it says about it.
Okay.
Step right up, flavor enthusiast. Our Circus Peanut syrup is a whimsical twist on tiki tradition.
Oh my.
A carnival of taste that'll leave your palate doing somersaults.
Whoa.
And on the bottle it reads, stale circus peanuts enriched with real clown flavor.
Ah, no, that's funny.
It was hilarious.
That's right.
Okay, let's scoop this up.
Yes.
It has a bunch of graham crackers on the top, so it just kind of looks like the moon.
That's right.
It's jiggly wiggly underneath that.
And we're serving it up on our delightful Goldilocks and the Three Bears plate from our childhood.
Yes, Kristen was very excited to have.
Okay, it's scooping. Okay. I don't know that you could have sliced it. But that's
no, it's set up. That extra 30 minutes in the fridge.
It helped it sit up.
Yeah, totally.
Do you want to take the first taste?
I think, as it's my recipe.
All right. Well, as you taste that, I found a great article online that was bizarre news dominating the headlines in 1978, the year of this recipe. Now, first, before I tell you the bizarre news, tell us, Carrie, does it taste bizarre?
Yeah.
Does it really?
And when you first put it in your mouth, it is pure circus peanut.
Mm-hmm.
But then you kind of get orange and pineapple. So I would say it gets better as the taste goes on.
That is 100% it. You put it in your mouth and you get fake banana.
It's circus peanut.
It's circus peanut. If you like that flavor, it's great. And then as it kind of melts in your mouth, you get a bright flavor of the orange jello and the pineapple. And I think it's quite delicious, to be honest.
Second bite.
Yeah.
A nicer combo. I mean, I'm not telling you to go right out and make this. It is not worth the hand cramps from cutting those circus peanuts, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. If you have someone in the family that loves circus peanuts and you would like to treat them, then this is it.
This would be delightful. I think kids would love this.
Yeah.
It's sweet. It's a tropical delight.
It is. In the end, it just kind of tastes fruity.
It kind of is bizarre, like the news that I was going to tell you. So why don't I tell you more about it?
Oh, please do. I forgot about the news. See, I interrupted.
I know, it's okay. No, I asked you if the tropical delight was as bizarre as this news, and you won't know till I tell you the news.
I mean, that's a lot of buildup.
I know, right? So here's the first article from 1978. A man was found roaming around town, threatening to shoot the first person in sight with the weapon he was wielding, a 12-inch brown-handled cooking fork.
Excellent.
He was going to shoot you.
Yeah.
Yep. He was not the only person that was brandishing kitchenware as a weapon that year.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Apparently, a man was arrested at the Dunkin' Donuts, threatening other patrons with a coffee cup, holding it in his hand as if it were a gun.
How do you hold a coffee cup like a gun?
That's what I was thinking. I do not know.
Curious.
Do you put your finger, like make a gun sign with your hand and put the cup like over your finger?
Right. Is like the handle of the gun like just a giant trigger hole?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either.
That's very confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then here's the best one.
Okay.
A woman drove her car up to the steps of the New Jersey State House in Trenton and said, "Merry Christmas," before throwing a severed human head at state troopers.
Okay, so the next question is, was it July?
That's funny.
Ew.
Yeah, and it turned out to be her mother's head.
Oh,
perfect for Mom's wooden spoon right there.
No, not
No,
perfect.
sorry, Mom, just kidding.
No. Yeah, those are way weirder than the Jell-O salad.
I think so too.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have nothing else, Kristen.
Okay. I'm going to take another bite, I think.
Enjoy. Yeah. So that is it for this episode as well as for season 3 of Mom's Wooden Spoon.
I'm so sad.
I know, but never fear. We're going to come back.
We will. We promise.
Yeah, absolutely. Kristen and I are having way too much fun to leave you now.
Heck yeah.
If you haven't subscribed, please do it now so that when we come back, we're easy to find. You can pick up right where we left off.
That's right.
And it'll be like this little summer hiatus never happened.
Never at all.
Can't wait to see you in season 4.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Mom's Wooden Spoon. If you like what you heard, don't forget to subscribe. If you want a copy of this recipe or to see the pictures and other items from this episode, go to our website, momswoodenspoon.com. If you'd rather, check us out on Facebook or Instagram. Pick your poison.
Don't say poison. We're making food.
Okay, are we ready to talk about all things Circus Peanuts?
Oh, heck to the now, now. Heck now. Now. Done with the Circus Peanuts. Oh, God.